Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey. The asset store is full of awesome tools and assets to help you make your own games. There's more and more awesome stuff coming out every month, so in this video let's check out some highlights for January 23. This one is a list of paid systems and tools. In the last video I already covered the best free new assets, and the next one I will cover top visuals and effects. As always, there's links to the assets in the description, and as a bonus you can use the coupon CodeMonkey10 to get 10% off your order. Also, right now Unity has a mega bundle running. There's 3 tiers, up to 94% off. There's quite a lot of awesome stuff, even over here on the first tier. You've got a great modular turret constructor. This would be perfect for any kind of tower defense game. Or maybe over here you've got some really nice sprite shader effects. Then there's also some high quality worms, a real nice looking sci-fi space base. There's a tool to export from Unreal to Unity, just in case you need that. Also a whole bunch of collectible items, look really nice. And on the final tier there's a bunch of tools. There's this one, Grab It, which helps you position objects in your scene naturally. There's this mega bundle pack with all kinds of animations for all kinds of warrior types. I have a crafting animations pack from this developer and it's really nice. Then there's a tool to position objects, one for making all kinds of tooltips. You can convert your 3D characters into pixelated sprites, and there's a bunch more. So check it out with a link in the description. Also, by the way, I'm still hard at work on my upcoming free course. I've already recorded over 35 lectures, it's coming along really nicely. I'm still planning to launch it just before the end of this month, so stay tuned. Alright, so starting off with a navigation package that, importantly, is built using dots. I'm always happy to see new dots-based tools coming out. There's more and more every single month. This one helps you handle all kinds of navigation. You have Navmesh 3D pathfinding, avoidance in both 2D and 3D. You can set up flocking behavior, separation and collision, so it looks really nice, and importantly is what it says on the description, which is that while this is built with Unity dots, it also works very well with regular game objects. So this is an excellent example of what I see as the future of Unity, packages that do one thing super fast using dots, and that work very well when combined with regular games built with regular game objects. Next, here's an interesting one called Fast Script Reload. Basically, it helps you compile faster. I think the trick to this is that it only compiles changes and not the entire assembly. I think that's why it manages to be so much faster. And with that, it also enables hot reload, meaning you can write new code and changes are compiled even while the game is running. This can be useful, especially if you make mobile games and you want to test some new code directly on the target device. With hot reload, you don't have to make a brand new build, just make the changes and test them. It does have some limitations, like for example it doesn't work with generics or new methods, so definitely make sure you read the asset page. Then here's a very interesting tool that I'm surprised I've never seen before. It lets you take player pref snapshots, meaning that you can play your game to get to some sort of game state, then save those player prefs onto a dedicated file. You can save as many snapshots as you want, and then easily load them. So for example, if you store game data in the player prefs, and this can help you keep a list of testing scenarios. For me, I normally do this while making my own games, but since I don't save game data in player prefs, I just use multiple save files. But if you do use player prefs, maybe on some quick prototypes, and this can be quite useful. Although do keep in mind this is not a save system, this is for editor only. Next, for a sort of tool and also sort of visual, here is dynamic portals. Basically it helps you easily create any kind of portal. Believe me, this is a very tricky thing to create. It sounds simple, it's just a portal, just a camera, but if you actually try doing it, you will quickly realize just how making it is so difficult. Making the visual part is already quite difficult, and it's even more tricky when handling objects passing through all the portals. This portal keeps physics, so just like in the game Portal, you can jump into one and keep momentum on the exit, or you can also throw an object into one and it fires off from the other side. So if you have some kind of portal based idea, then this looks like a great way to quickly get a prototype up and running. Then for a simple tool that does exactly what you expect, here is HDRP to URP Downgrader. It does exactly that. This tool goes through your entire project, it finds everything using HDRP shaders and swaps them out for URP. Now for me, I usually stick with just URP, so I don't really have this problem, but if you have some projects where you'd like to try out HDRP, then a tool like this one can help you if you decide you want to go back. Next, for a level editor, here is IntelMap Pro. It has quite a lot of features. This is a very well built tool. You can easily generate complex large levels with a single click. It works both during edit time but also in runtime, so this could really help in making some kind of roguelike game where you can generate a brand new map every single time. It also includes some AI tools, so you can get some AI generated tilesets, and you can also mix and match both static things and generate things, meaning it has a feature where you can place down some important parts in your world, like for example maybe some main quest markers that you always want to exist, and then you can use it to automatically generate the entire rest of the world. Really interesting. Then if you're into voxels and you want to experiment with making something like Teardown, look at this one. You can load directly from Magic of Voxel files. It uses a smart algorithm to create all of the meshes in a nice performant manner. It's also using the job system to make that mesh creation work in multiple threads, so it makes it even more performant. Then for the destruction modes, you can decide to just destroy a voxel, or you can replace it with a physics cube, or you can just break it into pieces. So if you'd like to make a game game kind of like this with some voxel instruction, then this could be a great starting point. Next, for something pretty niche, here you have a game launcher, patcher, and updater. I'm saying niche because by default, Steam and pretty much every other platform already handles updating for you, although this one is not just updates. You have a launcher so you can add some kind of newsfeed, maybe mentioning your other games. You can add multiple languages and customize the visual, and of course if you do distribute your games off Steam, like for example on itch, which I don't believe has an update system, then in that case this can definitely be very useful. And by the way, if you want to just make a launcher, I actually made a dedicated video tutorial on that topic. Then if you're having performance issues, here is a game optimizer. What it does is a bunch of simple optimizations with just one click. For example, disable physics and rendering on objects that are far away. That way only objects near the player are active and actually using CPU resources. So it looks like a pretty simple tool, but can be quite effective. Or maybe for another optimization tool, here you have this skin mesh combiner. This one is quite useful if you have tons of skin meshes. Like for example, if your characters are composed of multiple skin meshes, maybe one for the face, another for the body, another for the weapon, and so on. Updating all of those separate skin meshes is really intensive, especially since each of them has a different material. That can definitely lead to quite a lot of draw calls. So this tool takes all of those skin meshes and materials and combines them into just one. Depending on your game, this can really help with performance or allow you to have even more NPCs or characters in your entire game. Alright, so those are my top 10 new tools and systems on the Unity App Store for January 23. There's links to all in the description, and as a bonus you can use the coupon code monkey10 to get 10% off your order. Also check out my own free and paid assets on the store. Alright, hope that's useful. Check out these videos to learn some more. Thanks to these awesome Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.